Hey, what is going on, guys? Xpertfusion here, and today I will be doing my episode 7 of season 6 called Heads Up Review for The Walking Dead. So this episode was, let me just start off by saying, one of my favorite episodes ever, and it wasn't because of action. It was not action-packed. There was barely any action, to be honest. There was like a few scenes, but there wasn't anything crazy. That was not what made this episode so great. It was just such a good build-up episode for episode 8, which is going to be the mid-season finale, which is basically going to be the No Way Out story arc of the comic books onto the screen. I'm so fucking excited for that episode. But this episode was beautifully done. First of all, Glenn being alive was beautifully done. I mean, a lot of people were saying it was awful writing. People were saying that it was just lazy writing, all that craziness, and I'm just like, what? It's not. What else did you want to happen? They're saying it's bullshit how Glenn got out of that, and that it shouldn't have happened, and that the can that was like going past the that like just rolled by out of nowhere, everyone thought that was the reason why the walkers started leaving. But let me just explain how Glenn got out of that. So walkers eat whatever's in front of them, alright? Nicholas was in front of him. They were getting down on him. They didn't know Glenn was there. How could they know? A few of them did, yes, because they heard him screaming and saw him, climbing under the dumpster, but that doesn't matter. Just because you see something doesn't mean it's automatically think it's a walker. And the reason why they didn't smell Glenn is because Glenn stabbed all the ones that went for him, which covered up the holes in the dumpster, which around entrances of the dumpster. That gave him the ability to not, be smelt by the other walkers. And the walkers just left because once you're done eating Nicholas, I mean, there's nothing left in the stomach. They're not going to go eat the head or anything like that. They're done with the stomach. They're done. They're going to roam around. That's why they're called roamers in the comics, because that's what walkers do. They roam around and do whatever the hell they can find. And that's why they all left, because they didn't know Glenn was under there. It's not like they were like, all right, we're going to eat Nicholas first, and then we're going to go for Glenn. No, they're not smart like that. They didn't even know Glenn was there. They just finished off Nicholas and then just walked away, and that's why he was able to get out of that alive. People pissed me off with saying that was lazy writing, because it's like it wasn't lazy writing. It was actually great writing, in my opinion, and the reason why I thought it was great writing is because I think it really set up well having Glenn and Enid meet each other, because I do believe Enid will replace Sophia's role in the comic books, where Glenn and Maggie adopt Sophia, but I think they're going to do it to where Glenn and Maggie will adopt Enid, and I think that's going to be really cool. And of course, Maggie's going to have another kid since we know she's pregnant, so that's going to be awesome. I'm really excited for that, and I think they set it up really well. But other than the Glenn stuff, and I loved some of the character development in this episode. One being Deanna. Deanna, sadly, I do think is going to be dying in the next episode, mainly because they kind of ended her character development right there with when she handed over the blueprints to Rick. That was basically just saying, "Yep, this is basically she's handing over leadership. More metaphorically, she's handing over leadership to Rick to lead the town." And I do think she's going to go out in a heroic way in some way, shape, or form next episode, which I think will be really, really emotional and sad scene for a lot of people. Even though she's not that big of a character, she's still a character that I think a lot of people are going to be sad about her death, and I do think it will come next week in the mid-season finale. And some other characters I love the development for. Ron, of course. Ron getting that gun. Oh, I want that to happen so bad, where Carl gets his eyes shot out. I think it's going to be very changing for Carl's character. I think it's going to be a great step in the right direction for the series. And of course, I think Ron will be killed by probably Rick or Michonne, maybe, I don't know, whoever's in the area. And yes, I do think Jesse and Sam will also die in the episode, just like they did in the comics. And then, Rick will cut off Jesse's hand because Jesse will be holding Carl's hand and Rick will cut it off. I think something like that will happen. But aside from predictions, I thought that end scene was also just fucking beautiful. I mean, with the really nice music. The music was amazing. How they just had the nice hopeful music when they saw the balloons, and they knew, Maggie knew Glenn was alive. She was all happy, and then we just are hearing the cracks, and we just see that freaking tower come down. It was just so awesome, just seeing that thing go right through the freaking fence. And that was amazing, man. I really, really enjoyed that episode. The whole build-up to the finale was just absolutely amazing. Even though we're not getting, a bunch of episodes that deals with No Way Out, I was still really happy, pleasantly pleasantly happy with this episode, the build up to No Way Out. Another thing I loved about this episode would have to be Father Gabriel. Now, we didn't see much Father Gabriel. Yes, I know, but I'm pretty excited for his character for some reasons. Now, people will just say they want Father Gabriel to die. They want his character to be dead. They hate him. They think he's the worst character ever. People have to shut the fuck up because characters change, okay? That's the whole point of the show. Characters change. Gabriel isn't always going to be like this. Let him change. Don't just hope he dies just because he, is an asshole to the group and he's not even an asshole. He's a priest. He's supposed to, think that killing is bad, and he thought Rick's group were dangerous because of the fact that they slaughtered all the hunters in the church, and he's a priest. He's supposed to think that, and people have to let him slide because I do think in this episode, similar to the comics, I do think he's going to step up and kill some walkers and maybe save some lives, to be honest, which I think will be really awesome to see. What else did I really like? Rosita and Eugene, I really enjoyed their little talk to each other, and Eugene was all scared to hold the machete, and he didn't. I love Eugene, man. He's not like a good, he's just a comical character. He just adds comedy to the show, and I freaking love Eugene for that. So I'm definitely really excited about his character. What else do we have? Maggie and Rick finally talking with each other. I don't know why, because I really like their duo together, especially because Maggie was the one to kill Lori. Well, not really kill Lori, but cut open her stomach and, deliver the baby. And it was just really a nice scene when she said that Judith was starting to look like Lori and it made her happy. I really enjoyed that scene. That scene made me so happy because we just haven't seen Rick and Maggie interacting with each other in such a long time. I don't remember the last time they talked to each other. I really don't. I'm trying to think. Yeah, they might have talked here and there. I think in episode 5, Maggie might have said something. No, they didn't even say anything to each other. I don't remember them talking at all. And I really liked their duo back in season 3. They were really close in season 3, and they just haven't been as close lately in later episodes. So I was really happy for them to have just a little talk with each other, and it was amazing, and I really enjoyed it. Even though it was a small little talk, it was amazing. I really like how they took the comic book scene with the rope going across the walkers and somebody climbing across it. Of course, it was a very different scenario in the comics. It was Glenn and Heath doing it in the comics, but this one was Spencer, and yes, Spencer was being an idiot, but I like that. I like the development they're doing with Spencer. I like his character, even though he's an idiot, he's a fucking dumbass, and he's an asshole to his mom. I think they're going in the right direction with his character, and I'm very happy about that. I'm really excited to see what he's able to bring to the table in later episodes, because I do think his character is going to be great in later episodes. To be honest, I think people are going to start to like him more. One character that I think is definitely going to die next episode would be Tobin, because Tobin was the only one to step up to help Rick reinforcing the fence, and so that's just basically letting us know, yep, he's dying next episode. We're just giving him some screen time. Tobin, I forget when Tobin died in the comics. It might have been during No Way Out. I'm not 100% sure when Tobin died. Yeah, Tobin did die during No Way Out in the comics. Just remembered that. Yeah, that's what I think is going to happen. And Abraham, Sasha, and Rose and Daryl, when are they going to return? I would assume at the very end of this episode. I think they're going to use that RPG to their their advantages. I think they're going to shoot it into the herd, which would be really cool special effects if we just see an explosion happen with the herd. That'd be really cool. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you thought about this episode in the comment section below. I freaking loved it. I'll see you guys on my next video. Peace out.